We are nearly halfway through another year of using a specific vacuum cleaner as my main daily for an entire month. And as we say goodbye to this lovely Hitachi CV50-D, we'll have a look at how it's coped, check the bag hasn't exploded or things haven't melted, I don't know, it's been absolutely fine. And then show you what I have chosen for June's vacuum and give the Kalado and the Greenote a much needed clean because they are both quite filthy. Let's have a look. Yes, hello, my vacuum cleaner and Hitachi chums. How are you today? If you picked this up in, I think, 1980, 1981, 1982, you would have been flipping impressed if you just got bored of, you know, your Hoover Senior 652A and bought one of these. Oh my goodness, it is so good. It sticks down to the carpet but doesn't snowplow. It's fantastic on hard floors because you can turn the brush roll on and off, which would have been revelationary back in those days. And the tools, I mean, yeah, they're a bit separate, but this was the style back then. The turbo powered total systems probably would have just about come out at this point, and you know, bar a couple of other examples, this was still the norm, and I actually quite like it because again, you can finish off, plug that back in and crack on. This doesn't take much to store, you can hang it on a hook, but when you do have it on, it is a fantastically powerful cylinder cleaner. Oh, I've just pulled a little bit of dirt out of the back there. So yeah, it's really good. I really like it. The tools have been excellent. I've been using this metal one because it's a bit taller than the plastic ones. But now that it's going to go, well, I say it's going to go back into storage. This already has a new home. I know exactly who it's going to. It's going to have a lovely life, and that will be that. So yeah, the small tools, haven't really used that one. We've been going for the crevice tool, which is fine. This is the worst condition one that I have. And the dusting brush has got a fair bit of use, but its problem is that it hasn't got an inner, really. So the airflow pulls the bristles in, and as you can see, it's absolutely filthy. So, yeah, of its time, and again, I can see why these got absolutely destroyed with even moderate use. So, yeah, very nice indeed. And I have to say, as good as this floor tool is, especially with peanut and butter, millet shells and feathers, it works if you hold it in a certain way so it scoops it all in, and these brushes can come down the back, but then you do end up just doing that all the time. As soon as you start cleaning like that, it just flicks the dirt around, and I have to say it performs better with the main machine with the brush roll off. Probably putting it on lino, I think I get away with a lot having this laminate flooring, but yeah, just used it like this. It pulls the dirt in. It is one of those machines. Ever such good airflow, which was helped even further by having a HEPA flow bag fitted, and I haven't really checked this at all. Yeah, there's a little bit of fine dust, yeah, can't lie. This cleaned up a fair few mild level Dyson refurbs, you know, average cordless Dyson that just dumps a load of plaster dust down. It's gone up this, and it would have been 1,000% worse with a paper bag. So that's fine. Airflow hasn't really dropped at all either. Oh, this is a full old bag. Wow. I mean, I say full old bag, but if we unfold it, oh, we need that bit. That is the machine seal. We best keep that. Yeah. Oh, that is a chunky bag full of dirt. Excellent. Very nice indeed. Oh. Filter is, there's a few little bitty bits down there. But, you know, compared to, say, a Sharp or a Dyson after a month of use, that's fine. We'll leave that there. We might even give it a vacuum out with the next vacuum of the month. So, yeah, that's cool. We'll put that back on there for now. I do still have the original bag holder and stuff for this machine, but, so, we don't need it. It can have HEPA flow bags. The cheap, dirt cheap, horrible Miele bags. Absolutely perfect. Right. Let's check underneath. Actually, before we go underneath, Dyson never learned anything. Then the DC-01 had that problem where, because the exhaust air went forward, it blew out people's fireplaces, gas fireplaces, or scattered loads of ashes around from a normal fireplace. Well, this suffers from the same thing. The exhaust air comes out there and it sort of blows downwards. So if you turn the machine on upright, it blows everything out the way. So I have now got used to reclining it first so that the exhaust air blows up out the way, and then turning it on, and then all the dirt that I'm trying to clean up doesn't scatter. Again, with little feathers and empty seed shells, it is incredibly imperative that that happens. Right, I haven't really looked under here, so yeah, this brush rod is amazingly good. I really like it. It just clamps down and yeah, really good. And that makes sense why it was slightly better on hard floor. I've forgotten about this, although I can't really do it while the machine's not running, but there is a row of brushes here that will come up and down. It has to be running for the belt to go over the cam, which then raises this up. It doesn't work when it's off. I had slightly forgotten about that, although I now remember what a pain in the bum it is to get the two springs that sit there, and in fact one is poking out there, into place. But yeah, nothing wrong with that. I haven't smashed the base plate up, despite I think catching it on a loose tread a couple of times. Yeah, not bad at all. And yeah, I love this machine. It's really, 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 really good. If you see a Hitachi CV50-D on Facebook Marketplace or on eBay cheap, do pick one up. They are really, really good. But that's it. We've used it now. I've experienced it. I can now tell a tale that it's very good and have evidence of my own to back it up. Let's see what I've chosen to replace this for June. What I have chosen for June, because the polls were fun, we're going to keep doing them, but I want to move some of these on, and we've got to start using them. So it's time for the big brute. The Hitachi would have been probably quite a high-end vacuum cleaner in its day. Well, 6 or 7 years later, this would have come along, my Electrolux Turbomatic Z380. And I haven't brought the turbo head down. We'll go and get that in a minute. Yeah, had this kicking around since I fully refurbished it, fully restored it. The filters are as good as brand new. That'll just be for the after video, and where I would have played with it a little bit before popping it out of the way to save space and to save it getting damaged. So yeah, here it is. We have some tools. We have the lovely Electrolux hose, single piece wand, brand floor tool, which will be very nice on the hard floor. Perhaps not so great on the carpet, but equally it might be alright. And the crevice tool. Don't have a radiator brush. We'll go and get the turbo brush, which I think is just upstairs, in a second. Do have one thing to do though, and this is, I knew this was on the cards. The hose end on this was broken. If you look, I have glued it. That is a split, but it's a glued up split. However, since doing that, obviously we had the bathroom trip, and I ended up with about 700 of these lovely things, and I don't really care that it's grey. It will be absolutely fine. I'm going to fit this bit of rubber to the hose end, and I've got to get it over that lip, but eventually I'll get it fitted, and then hopefully the hose can go on. Or not. It is actually the wrong size, although this one might also be the wrong size. I don't know. It fits. It stuffs in and twists. I do need to check. Yes, it does have a bag. Ooh, we treated ourselves to a nice HEPA bag as well. About these. Comically small, that is, to the rest of the machine. But hey ho, it's fine. Tuck it up at the top, push it in, and plop that into place. And then hopefully it still runs. This wasn't actually my first choice, cannot lie. I had chosen another Electrolux cylinder, a more modern one. But the motor made a horrible rattly sound when I turned it on. So we should probably look at that at some point. We have a Micro Mark plug. Very nice, although the cable is sitting in a bit of a bend where it's been sat in storage. But never mind. Right, see if it explodes, which it shouldn't do, because it has two modern style capacitors in to replace the reefers. The turbo booster. There we go. a lot quieter than the Hitachi. I'll be honest, the Hitachi didn't have power adjustment either, but it didn't really need it. You got away with it all right. Yeah, oh, nice, powerful. But even though it holds its own over, smells a little bit musty and motory. Hopefully that'll pass. Oh yeah, very pleasant indeed. And this is a very nice floor head. This isn't perhaps the best example of this stuff floor head, but it is very nice indeed. It does have a few areas, but it's done enough. Oh yes, very nice indeed. This is why I just like cylinders, and again it's a personal thing because it's my house. If we just wheel the ladies out the way, hello, you going to come out? Pop them over here. I can show you why, because look at the mess. And I mean something like this, I mean bless them, Phoenix wasn't a messy bird compared to these two. There's just little bits, oh look, there's a feather. There's just bits everywhere, feathers everywhere, which I do keep. And yeah, lots of stuff like in here, look, where they flap their wings and it all blows in one direction. A nice cylinder though. Yeah, lovely. Especially with this floor head. Or we can take the floor head off, we can put the iconic Electrolux suction brush on, and do things like the skirting board. I need to put a new cover on this. Now that the birdies are getting a bit more active, I have all sorts of panelling and covers for the back of Phoenix's cage. It's probably time to put all that back up, but not right now. So yeah, it's going to be absolutely lovely. It's also not going to be on its own because yes, we're still having a crack at the Kalado as a sort of companion daily, I guess is the best way to say it. And it needs its monthly clean out because bless them, they're good, but yeah, you do need to sort them out monthly, which will fill the Electrolux up. We'll start with the Kalado. I should get the Greenote in a minute. I think I've worked out for some reason that the Greenote's floor head, despite pretty much being identical, clamps itself down just a little bit more than this floor head does. It's not really noticeable, and on the hard floors it's fine, but yeah, it does happen. There's just a little bit of lint on there. That's not too bad. It's just Eva's hair, so we'll give that a vacuum off. Marvellous, that's all that needs. The dirt's mainly going to be in the machine because I don't use the floor head that often. I mean, I will push it around and then go to work, etc. But it's mainly used with the nozzle on, just to go around the desk and to get all of the bird stuff on. That is literally just a couple of days worth of, you know, doing the sides here and there. And the table next to the bird cage. Yeah, look, it's just... Just feathers, minute seed, and a little bit of dust. That is what this all is. So, let's get a nice close-up shot of the Electrolux devouring this on its lowest power setting. Inside of there is still spotless. Look, you saw me take that out in one fell swoop. Much it, that's all she really needs. Bar me just swapping this out. I mean, I've just given that a vacuum off. I think I tapped it out once, and bar that I just dumped and carried on since we did it last month, and that is as filthy as it gets. However, in the name of, well, they give you 2 in the box, so why not? We'll take the washed and dried filter from last month. This is what we would have had in April. So yeah, April's filter, there's not a huge amount of difference, and my goodness, I've seen these for like £1 for 2 plus £4.80 posted on AliExpress. So, you know, you could have a filter a month and probably still be cheaper than buying even the most horriblest basic as Shark or Dyson V8. Yeah, very nice. Little dampy cloth, little wipe down inside of here. Little wipe down inside of here again. Unlike your Dyson, I mean, it is a bit primitive, you know, it's not going to be the same, but you can clean it thoroughly and put it back together in about 3 seconds. There is no hidden dirt in there now. This is now back to brand new condition. Very nice indeed. The same needs to be done to the Greenote GSC50, which again I was given along with the Kalado. This comes apart almost a bit nicer though. Again, under there, absolutely spotless. You can pop the bottom down, but I like to come in from the top. This filter is slightly different. It has a nice mesh on it, so you know the actual chunky stuff falls off. And it does help, this filter. I think that's why this one sticks a bit more. I think it's just got a little bit more airflow, bless it. If they'd have given one of those little mesh things with that filter, it would be okay. Yeah, this is much of the same. Look, millet, feathers, grass, because Charlie tracked it all in the other day when they cut the grass out the front. And with another, not even wet, dampy cloth, that can go over there. We can wipe this out, we can wipe that down. We can take the spare filter that Greenote give you in the box as well, pop that in there, stick this in there, twist that back onto there, bottom in first, then top. And there you go. And yeah, if you notice, this one already had its crevice tool fitted, so I use this to just nibble around at things. It doesn't really have its floor head used that much at all, although it has been used, so we'll take it out. Yeah, look at that. That's all the hair that there was. I'm not saying this is an anti-hair wrap vacuum, it isn't. My daughter just doesn't shed very much hair at all, and I keep mine short nowadays. So yeah, you don't need to worry too much. She's probably going to need a wash in a few weeks, or I need to clean the floors more with the Tinko 41S3. A little bit grubby, but equally we're coming out of spring. It's been very rainy, so I don't really care. And yeah, even things like the wheels, look, there's barely anywhere on them. If I used a Shark for 3 months, all of the coating on its wheels would be coming off. In fact, we've been using this for 6 months now, and yeah, look, barely any marks at all. You can just see where it rides along on my laminate. All these felty strips are doing well, not coming off. It's very hard to fault these at all. They are on par with, they're sort of slightly above a V6, slightly below a V8, but for £100, a V8 is still 300-ish quid Well, they are going on sale, but they're only going on sale because they're becoming obsolete. So, yeah, I don't know really. I do like these. I like them a lot. We use them a lot. And yeah, they're both now spotlessly clean and ready to go back into service, along with the Z380. And finally, before we wrap up, it's time to get what makes this basically boring cylinder cleaner, like all the rest of them were, into the Turbomatic. Yeah, my Electrolux turbo head. This is the second generation shell with bits of the first generation in it. I had to make this out too. So yeah, we have yeah. We obviously you need a turbo boost. Right, still not doing awful lot. We're not low, it just doesn't boost at all. Very early style of turbo head. We're on this carpet, it works alright. Oh, I think it works at the hard floor. There's this one to shot. Hopefully that fixes itself. Trying. Yeah, I'm not going to use this much, I'll be completely honest. Not when the Greenote, bless it, yeah, feels like it's doing a lot more, and probably is. Oh, look at that technological advancement. Look, that turbo head was probably designed in the late 1970s, early 1980s, and then we have a cordless vacuum cleaner that was probably designed in 2010, 2011. How far we've come. Some might call it progress. I'm not quite sure I want to go that far with that particular analogy. But my menagerie for June is done. I look forward to pretty much mostly straight suction because, oh, bless it, this head is lovely, even if this isn't the best example of this head. This mug doesn't really hold limbs and fluff. And I don't have much of it anyway, so I don't need anything really groovy. So, here we are, another one done. What did you use for the month of May? And what do you plan to use for the month of June? Let me know down below. But until the next video, all of these, and peanut and butter, will see you soon. Bye-bye. You're going to be quiet now. You've been noisy the whole video. Yeah, there we go. Look, they compete with the noise. I bet if I turn the vacuum cleaner on... Yeah, come on, look.